This is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Abigail Ukmade, and this is Africa Now. The Central Committee of Sudanese doctors said on Wednesday that 176 people were killed and 220 injured in armed clashes that broke out on Monday in Sudan's West Darfur state. Some bodies were buried without being autopsied or reported, the medics union aligned with protesters against the October 25 military coup added. Unrest across Darfur, where a war between rebels and government forces backed by militias claimed an estimated 300,000 lives in the early 2000s and displaced millions, and has increased in the past 2 years. Now an Ebola patient has died in northwestern Democratic Republic of Congo, the World Health Organization said on Tuesday, days into a fresh outbreak of the deadly disease. The second fatality was a 25-year-old woman who was the sister-in-law of the first case, the WHO said on Twitter. Genetic testing showed an infection confirmed last week in the city of Mbandaka was a new spillover event, a transmission from an infected animal and not linked to any previous outbreak, said the country's National Institute of Biomedical Research. United Nations Aid Chief Martin Griffiths said on Tuesday that close to 2 million children are at risk of starving to death as the Horn of Africa faces one of its worst droughts in decades. Griffiths said the organization has only a fraction of the money it needs to respond to the drought. Already, more than 15 million people in the region are experiencing high hunger levels, and herders have lost some 3 million animals due to the droughts. Now the long-awaited first trial of a court established to prosecute war crimes in the Central African Republic's drawn-out conflict has been postponed for the second time. The lawyers for the defense and those for the civil parties asked the court for a postponement because they feel that they are not ready. Paul Yakola, a lawyer for one of the defendants, said. Prosecutor Alain Wabakaye said he believed it to be a delaying tactic. Swedish authorities have extradited a Rwandan man to Kigali over genocide charges, which he is accused to have committed when he was a university student. The Rwandan prosecution said it received John Paul Mikomyiza on Wednesday and commended Sweden for its contribution to fight impunity. Mikomyiza, who is 50 years old, who has lived in Sweden for more than a decade, was arrested in Sweden in November 2020 on a Rwandan arrest warrant. He lost an appeal against his extradition last December. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You're watching Africa Now. More stories coming your way after the break. So stay tuned. Welcome back. South Africa's efforts to wean itself off coal and focus on renewables, battery storage and electric vehicles, and setting up a green hydrogen economy will require funding of over R1 trillion by 2030, a top government official said on Tuesday. South Africa is the world's 12th biggest emitter of climate-warming gases and the biggest in Africa. It is a coal-intensive economy where a fleet of decades-old and inefficient power plants provide the bulk of its electricity. Now to security matters. Mali has accused the French army of spying after it used a drone to film footage which purported to show soldiers burying bodies near a military base that was recently returned by France. The military-dominated government in Mali said the images were false and intended to accuse the Malian military of killing civilians. France released the drone footage earlier this month, saying it showed Russian mercenaries working for the Malian government of burying bodies in the sand near the base at Gossi. 16 persons, including 9 soldiers, were charged on Monday with selling weapons to a militia organization in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Army firearms are suspected of falling into the hands of Codeco, a violent gang infamous for ethnic massacres in the Ituri province of the northeastern country. The weapons were allegedly used in attacks on villages and camps for internally displaced people. Now in Tunisia. A veteran Tunisian left-wing politician has launched a new alliance aimed at countering what he describes as President Kais Saied's recent power grab. Ahmed Najib Chabi said the new National Salvation Front, comprised of 5 opposition parties, aims to re-establish democracy in Tunisia. Last July, President Saied sacked the government and suspended parliament. He has since seized control of the judiciary and given himself the power to appoint the head of the Electoral Commission. Now, a Tunisian judge detained 7 crew members of a commercial ship that sank off the coast of the southern city of Gabes this month, a judicial official said on Wednesday, as authorities investigated whether the ship may have been deliberately sunk. Tunisian officials said this month that the ship Dixelo sank while heading from the Equatorial Guinea to Malta, carrying up to 1,000 tons of oil, and the Tunisian Navy had rescued all 7 crew members. And that is it on Africa Now. For more updates, visit our website at www.TOS TV Network.com. Follow us and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Lukwade. Thanks for watching.